Kingsflyer here, rcgroups.com, with the new E-flite Habu STS trainer. This is a 70mm EDF ready-to-fly package. It includes everything you need to get flying: the charger, the batteries, the plane, the transmitter, everything you need to get you in the air. So the first thing, when I opened it up and started looking at the manual, they recommend charging the batteries with the included charger. I guess the reason they're doing that is because it's probably going to take as much time to charge the battery as it will to build the whole airplane. So let's get started with the charge. The charger that's included in the package is the S120. Now the S120 is a charger that's designed for the smart battery system, and it uses a USB device as your source. So you're either going to have a wall wart type charger like the one I got with my IX12, or your own that comes with your phones, your portable phones, your mobile phones, or in this case I've got one that's AC powered. Okay, before we start the charge process, I'm going to put the battery and the charger on a non-flammable surface, in this case a ceramic tile, and I'm going to leave them on this surface throughout the charge. So the first thing I'm going to do is plug the charger into our USB source. In this case, it's a 4 amp AC to USB power supply. You'll see that the charger has a white light on solid, says the power is on. First thing I'm going to do is plug in the IC3 connector, followed by the balance plug. You'll see that once the balance plug is plugged in, the light starts to blink on the charger. It's kind of a purple colored light. All right, this light is going to continue to blink throughout the charge. Once the charge is finished, that light will go to a solid green. Well, rather than wait for it to finish charging, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and we'll pick it back up, and I'll give you a time that it took to charge this. Okay, we've been charging approximately 30 minutes now. The light is still giving a double flash. According to the manual, the double flash indicates that the charge of the battery is somewhere between 25% and 75%. Once we get above 75%, it should be giving us 3 flashes. So I'll check back on this in a little bit. Okay, we've been charging for about an hour now, and it's still doing the 2 blink, saying that it's between 25 and 75% charge. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the charger from the battery and put the XBC 100 checker back on it, and let's see how much charge we've put in the battery so far. Okay. It looks like it's saying that after an hour we're not much above storage. 385, 388, and 387. We'll go ahead and put it back on charge. Now this charger is only capable of putting out about 2 amps, so at USB voltage that's not a whole lot of power. Now that's my charger source that I'm talking about. According to the instructions, if you have a USB 2 or a USB 3 style supply, then you should be able to do a quick charge and charge at a slightly higher rate. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this on charge. The 2 amp is the most common supply right now. That's what I've got on most of my older computers. That's what's on my iPhones. That's what's on my IX12 transmitter. Now, this is kind of what you would expect for charge duration from most normal USB ports. So let's go ahead and let it charge some more. We'll check back in a little bit. Okay, we've been charging for an hour and a half now, and we're still getting 2 blinks on the charger. I'm going to go ahead and pull the battery off charge and use the XBC 100 checker to see what the state of charge is on the battery. Okay, the checker is now saying we've got a 65% charge, and we're at 392, 394, and 393 volts. Alright, so it's coming on. We'll put it back on charge and start the timer. Alright, still 2 flashes. Okay, we're getting 3 flashes now. This battery's been on charge for about 2 hours. So let's see what the state of charge is after 2 hours. That was my 2-hour timer. Alright, we're showing 74% charge, and that's where it said it was going to start flashing 3 times, was when it reached a 75% charge level. 2 of the cells are green, one of them still yellow, so 2 at 4.0, 1 at 3.98. So we're getting there. So 2 hours of charge, and we're at about 75% charge. Let's resume the charge. Must have lost just a little bit of charge. There we go. Now we got 3 flashes back. Alright, still 3 flashes. We're at 2.5 hours of charge time. I'm going to go ahead and check with my smart checker again and see what the level of charge is on our battery. Alright, it's saying 88% charge, and they're all in the green at 409, 411, and 410. So we're getting there. Alright, 2.5 hours. Back on the charger. Alright, this battery's been on charge for 3 hours. We're still getting 3 blinks, so it's still blinking, it's still charging. Let's see what the charge level is after 3 hours. Alright, we're showing 95% charge. If I can get it. There we go, 95% charge, 415, 418, and 417 volts. So we're almost there. The total pack charge is 12.57. So 3 hours. Let's see how much longer it's going to take to get fully charged. Alright, we've been charging for 3 hours and 30 minutes. We're still blinking 3 blinks. It has not turned green yet, but let's see what the charge percentage is. Alright, we've got 3 green, and we're showing 96% charged. 416, 418, and 417. That hasn't really changed much from what it was before. I think after 3 hours and 30 minutes, we're going to call this one done. USB charging with the included S120 charger and a standard 2 amp USB source. Took, well, 3 hours and 30 minutes to charge this 3200 3S30C battery. As an upgrade, Horizon Hobby offers the S150 charger. This is an AC or DC powered charger, and in place of your included S120, the 150 is able to charge not only 3-cell, but 4-cell batteries as well. If you're planning on upgrading your Habu STS to the 4-cell, you'll need a charger like this to charge it. Charger comes with an instruction manual, AC adapter, and the charger itself. And when you plug it in, the indicators are going to come on, and you will get 2 white lights. In this case, it's showing nickel metal hydride and 0.5 amp charge rate, and those are adjustable by pushing the button. A short push changes the charge rate. There's 5 amps, 3 amps, 1 amp, back to half amp. By long pressing the button, you change the battery type. Lithium high voltage, lithium polymer, LiFe, and nickel metal hydride. Now, the charger will automatically adjust for smart battery technology. So the smart battery that's included with the Habu is a 3200 mil 3-cell battery. The beauty of this charger is it'll charge 1, 2, 3, or 4-cell batteries. If you're looking to upgrade your Habu to 4-cell performance, you'll need to step up to this type of charger. Now, if you look at the Horizon site, I believe at this time this charger is listed for $29.95. It includes the AC adapter, and it's a pretty darn good bargain at that price. Alright, let's see what happens when we plug the battery in. First, I'm going to plug in the balance lead all the way to the left, and then the power lead. Alright, it's showing 1 light down here for the present state of the battery charge. It automatically changed to LiPo battery, so it has detected the battery type, and it's setting the charge for this type of battery, and it's charging at half an amp. Now, since this is a 3200 battery, 3200 milliamp hour battery, we can charge it safely at 3 amps. So I'm going to short press this button. That switches it to 5, and then I'm going to bring it down to 3. Alright, so 3 amps is the charge rate. You can see the flashing green light. That indicates it's charging. So we're going to time the charge of this exact same battery that we charged in the first part with a stock charger, and see how long it takes to charge on the S150 upgrade charger. Okay, we've been charging for about 7 minutes, and the second battery indicator, green square there, has illuminated solid, and the third one is now flashing. And I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the cooling fan on the charger has started to run. It's an indication that it's doing a good job. Alright, so we're still charging at 3 amps, but about 7 minutes. Let's see how this goes. Alright, it's been 20 minutes. The third indicator is now solid, and the top indicator is flashing. So after 20 minutes, all 3 of the bottom indicators, LEDs, the green LEDs, are solid. Let's see how long it takes to get to full charge. Okay, we're at 45 minutes, and we're still charging. The top LED is still blinking. We're going to let it charge a little longer and see how long it takes to finish the battery charge. Alright, the battery charge is complete. You heard the two beeps signaling that it's finished, and you can also see that all four LEDs are illuminated and they're solid. So 49 minutes for a full charge on this 3S3200 smart battery. That's a real improvement over the one that's included with the Habu, the STS, which was over 3.5 hours to charge. This is a heck of a bargain at $29.99. And you can also charge your bigger 4S batteries when you're ready to go to 4S and improve your performance on your Habu. So as good as the S150 charger did, so much better than the ready-to-fly charger that's included, the S120. If you want even more, if you know that at some point you're going to want another airplane, you're going to want more capability than just the 4-cell charging capabilities of the S150, you're going to want a little more in a charger. So Spectrum has the S1100 AC powered charger, and this charger charges smart batteries the same way as the smaller ones do. It auto detects, but it has a lot more capabilities. And let's look at some of them. We're going to charge the same 3200 3-cell battery that we charged with the other chargers, but let's see what happens when we plug it in on this smart charger. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on the charger itself, and when I plug in the main power lead into the charger automatically detects the battery, that it is a smart battery, and you can see that the charger is asking to insert the balance lead. So just like in the other, the S150, we insert the balance lead, and immediately the charger is going to initiate the smart charge. Shows that we're 32% charged, setting the charge current. I'm going to stop it so that we can come down here and look at some of the other capabilities of this charger. As we scroll down, we can see the smart battery settings. So if you have a smart battery, you can set the auto storage time duration. So after the battery is fully charged, if it's not flown, or if it has been flown and it's not down to storage voltage yet, the battery itself will automatically discharge down to a safe storage voltage in however many hours you determine. Now this setting is variable. You can set it from, that's the smallest here, from 12 hours up to I believe 240 hours. Now what I prefer is the 48-hour setting, so that's what I'm going to set it at. You can set your charge current. Since this is a 3200 battery, I'm going to set it at 3.2 amps. The charge voltage, fully charged, should be 4.2. Storage voltage is 3.8. And then you can even look at the battery history. In this case, this battery has had 4 charge cycles, and it's presently at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. You can also look at the fault log for this battery. There are a total of 0 faults right now. If there were any problems, there would list however many times it had been overcharged, had been over discharged, or had been over temperature. So it's very helpful to have that available on your batteries. So we're going to go back to, there we go, back. And then we're going to go up to start. And once again, we see that we're at about 32% and it's starting to charge up. Charge current sitting at about 3.1, 3.2. And an interesting thing about this charger is over here, after it charges for just a little bit, it's actually going to give us a time estimate as to how many minutes it's going to take to fully charge this battery. So let's give it a few seconds here and see how long it takes to give us that number. There we go. 40 minutes to full charge. So that's not much different than what we had on the other charger, where we had 49 minutes. This one's charging at a little bit higher rate. Remember, we set it for 3.2 instead of 3.0. So it's going to charge a little faster. But again, it has all that capabilities with the smart batteries. The next time I plug this battery in, all I have to do is plug it in. It's going to do everything. It'll charge it up, and when it's finished charging, this display will turn green, and it'll be fully charged. So let's come back in a few minutes, and we'll take a look at how this charger is doing. Less than 5 minutes remaining on the charge, and it is presently charging at 0.6 amps, so that means it's doing a balanced charge, and to 0.5 amps. Now it's put 1,985 milliamp hours into the battery so far in this charge. There we go. It says the fast charge is done. 2004 milliamp hours in 42 minutes. That's pretty close. All right, so this charger, the Spectrum S1100, has a lot more capabilities than either of the other two that we looked at before, but it's also much more expensive. It's about 3 times the cost of your 150, so $89.99. And I know on a beginning budget, you're just getting your first trainer, you bought the Ready to Fly, so it may be a little while until you've really gotten into this sport a little more. Maybe with your second airplane, you're going to want to be able to charge more than one battery at a time, and you're going to want to be able to charge them at more than just the 1C rate. So really consider this S1100 charger. First buy another battery, then possibly buy the S150, get a third battery. But by the time you get your third battery, you're going to want the capabilities of this 1100. So here we have the 3 charging options that we looked at in this video. The first is the S120 that's included with the Habu STS, Ready to Fly. Then the S150 at about $29.99. And then lastly the S1100 at about $89.99. They'll all 3 charge this battery. This one is probably the slowest. This one here and this one. The 150 and the 1100 are going to charge in about the same amount of time. But the S1100 is going to give you a lot more capabilities down the road. It also gives you access to all the smart programming inside the smart battery. So you've got some choices and some options. It's always good to have options. King's Flyer here, rcgroups.com.